Orchestra kids, it's Mrs. County. My goal was to be able to come in today after school to talk to you, but I'm not able to because I have a sick kiddo at home. So I just wanted to quickly touch base with you guys about next year. I know that I've already talked to all of you either in your language arts class or in a pod meeting about next year. So next year you're going to have 7 classes instead of your 5 this year. So for your 7 classes, you'll have math, science, social studies, English, and then you'll have LACA. Remember, that's language and communication arts. 1 semester of that and 1 semester of health. And then your other 2 classes is going to be, you're going to have PE, which will alternate with vocal music. It'll be PE and it's going to be alternating with computer. Or you'll have PE and that will alternate with, I'm drawing a blank, another class. So your 7th class is going to be 4 electives because they're quarter-long electives. So 1 will be industrial tech, 1 will be FCS, 1 will be vocal music, and 1 will be French. If you are going to do band or orchestra next year, you will not have these electives. Instead of going to the elective class, you will go to orchestra. Now, right away, you're probably thinking, oh man, I really wish I could take 1/4 of French, but you guys, 1/4 is 9 weeks, and you will blink, and it will be done. It will be done with. And so, I don't want you to quit orchestra next year just because you want to take 1/4 of industrial tech. And a story that I've been telling kids is, a lot of you know I used to be a Scott kid, and so I heard about my friends that were in FCS and they were doing a really cool unit on interior design, and that's something that really interested me. And I was like, man, I'm kind of bummed because I was a band kid. I'm kind of bummed because I never get to do FCS and I don't get to do that interior design. I am so glad I didn't quit band because guess what? When I went to high school, I got to do a whole semester of just an interior design class. So the electives in middle school, they're very good. But when you go to high school, they're even better because they're more specialized. So please do not quit orchestra just because you want to take 1/4 of industrial tech or 1/4 of vocal music. And speaking about vocal music, you're going to have opportunities after school that you can be in different choirs. So next year for orchestra, it's so different than this year because next year you have it every day instead of being pulled out of some classes and having to be required every Monday after school. You have to do that. And so it's every day, which is so nice. Also, you guys, you get to keep your instruments at school. Now, it's going to be good to take your instruments home sometimes and do some practice, but for the most part, you get to keep them at school. That's awesome. The other thing is that, every Monday you have to be here after school for orchestra, but next year, because you have it every single day and it's part of your schedule, you're not going to have these after school obligations. Now, if you have a big performance coming up or something like that, of course they might schedule an after school rehearsal here or there, but that's awesome. And the other thing is that you're not pulled out of your classes. So right now, you have it every Monday after school, but then you might be pulled out every Tuesday 7th period or every Thursday 6th period. You don't have to do that. You don't have to miss any classes. So if you're like, 25% of me wants to do orchestra, but 75% of me wants to do electives, I want you to do orchestra. I want you to do orchestra. I want you to do orchestra. And here's the deal. Worst case scenario, you're in orchestra for like a quarter and you're like, you know what, I don't really like this. Then I would say, let's talk to Mr. Smith. He might have some ideas. And if you're like, no, I'm really not feeling it, that's fine. We can get you into an elective class. But I really want you to give orchestra a try. So at the end of this week, Mr. Smith is going to be sending your parents an email, and it's going to be a Google form, and all they need to write is, yes, my student will be doing band. Yes, my student will be doing orchestra. Yes, my student will be doing band and orchestra, and you have to be doing that now. Or no, my student's not interested. But this is my plea to you. Please, please, please give orchestra one other year because it's so different from 6th grade, and you're going to love it. All right, thanks, guys. Make good choices.